since we're reading books, and she's finished praying. Where is it? I can't. I must have already read it. Okay. Now I can speak to you.
You are a stranger amongst us, and a mage, I see. Yet you still defend our home in its darkest hour. We are grateful.
You're welcome. You can tell them, mate. Well, it is kind of obvious, but I'll go through here anyway, because it's nice that she acknowledged that.
Do not fear. I am not about to raise a rabble against you. I'm sure your magic will prove valuable before the day is out. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this Chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Interesting how she said that I will not bring this rabble against you. She obviously she assumes I'm an apostate, but I'm not. Thank you. I would like your blessing, because I am kind of. I do believe in the Maker and everything, and that he's left and everything. And we did ask the other Reverend Mother in Lothering for a blessing, so I think it doesn't do any harm.
Of course, child. Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter, sacrificed to the holy flame. May the chant reach the Maker's ears and tell him of our contrition.
I don't think Bounder was too impressed with that. There's something else I could have asked her.
What is it you need, child?
I just wondered how safe the Chantry is.
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the Chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
I am.
May the Maker watch over you, child.
As you... Right. A couple of people to talk to.
Good day.
Oh. Fine. Hi, Jetta.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened.
Oh.
But I haven't heard from them since.
Aha! I remember you, yes. You, Jetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
It's funny how she just identified us as Grey Warden straight away. I don't know how they can recognise us, and it's not a good thing that some people seem to be able to. Your husband and son are both dead. I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
There we go. Yay. Good. Right. It's a good deed. Ah.
I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Silence, girl. Do you want the children to hear you?
But night is coming. The monsters will return and we sit here and wait for them.
We have no choice. We must pray and hope for the Maker's compassion.
I just hope everything will be all right. So many have already died.
Yikes, she's losing it. Hi, Caitlyn.
Sorry. Am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
You're not bothering me.
I shouldn't be such a crybaby. With Mother gone now, I have to be brave. I can't help myself. I'm so frightened. Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Good voice acting. Why would he run off? Do you know? You tried looking for him. What would you give to find him? You need to be strong, girl. Why would he run off?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone. I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Another missing person. Have you tried looking for her? Obviously she hasn't. I'm going to say this. I'm not sure whether I actually mean it and will actively go searching for him, but obviously it's another thing where I'm like saying, look, if I see him, I'll certainly like send him back here type thing. That's what I'm saying.
You will? Thank you so much. Please find him.
There we go. The missing child. Caitlyn, a young woman who lives in Redcliffe, is afraid for her brother, Bevan. Their mother was dragged off by the creature from the castle, and now Bevan has run off. Caitlyn doesn't know where he is, and she has failed to find him. I will search for him. I'll have a look. I'll search. Vaguely. Okay, into Redcliffe Village we go. Where we stop, nobody knows.
Walking corpses. Do you think it's something in the water?
No. Okay.
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdock.
And their numbers
Tell them to maintain watch.
Well, sure, they take the dead and they, you know... I don't want to think about that.
I guess this might be the last night after all. The king isn't coming. Nobody is.
I have.
What can we do? Leave? Try to get out of the village? And abandon everyone? No, we fight.
We've no other choice.
There we go. Murdock.
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
You heard wrong. You sure you didn't hear what, that we killed the king? Could be a ghost, you never know. No, we don't want to talk about that. I'll kind of spook him. Enough ghosts around here. Just one's killed enough to save your sorry village. Now, yeah. You can be such a dick in these, and sometimes I'm just like, kind of appeals. And I know a lot of people don't. I can see why, but sometimes I just want to run through one of these games, and indeed I do, as just a cad that's just like, we'll pick all of these just to see what happens. But anyway, you heard wrong.
So you say. A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference.
I'm not saying I'm a
We
Grey
aren't
Warden.
gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdock, mayor of what's left of the village, providing we aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
Right, persuading. Have faith, good man, we defeat this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
Kind of voice change there. What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Bloody Owen. Why does he refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Nobody else can do these repairs? No, I'll see what I can do.
I'd appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Indeed. Oh, good, Leanna. She's really, like, you know, approving of what we do. She's, very much a helpful person. So we got to find this smithy, which is here. So that was easy. If I can get in the place. Ah, right. Couple of chests and stuff. I'll have death root.
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Open this door, I'll break it! I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to ask who are you. I need to speak to you, Owen.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
We've all been through enough. Right, persuading here.
Alright, alright. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
I'm just like, alright then.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
See, I'm not advertising the fact that I'm Grey Warden, but I'm assuming that because Alistair is known to be one in his own round here, that's how they all know that we're Grey Wardens. I would have preferred to keep it a secret. I guess these people don't really care though, with all the troubles they have currently. Even so. So I'm just going to advertise the fact that I'm Grey Warden, helping Van Tegan.
A Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that.
Yep.
Care to join me as I get besotted?
Yep.
Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Oh wait, yes there was. The mission needs your help desperately. Straight down to business.
Why should I help Murdock when he won't help me? My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village or anyone.
Again, good hand movements. You can't send any more. That's insane. Or you could work to help save it. Yeah, there we go. We're going to calmly talk him through this.
I'm an old man. Everyone knows we aren't making it through the night. Or are you going to save us?
I think you can save yourselves. I intend to try.
Is that so? Maybe it's the drink talking, but you almost sound like you believe that. Tell you what. If you want me to do repairs for Murdock and his men, promise me you'll go into the castle and find my daughter.
Well, we're going to have to go into the castle anyway to get the Jarl, so I will What if she's dead? No, I'll do my best. Let's not talk him out of it after he's like wavering. Yes.
Not good enough.
Ah.
Murdock said the same damn thing, and I didn't believe him either. I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
If you can. But no one can get into the castle right now? I'm going to say that, but dude, it's not happening.
Eventually, they'll want to seek out the Jarl and our lesser. And when they do, you go in and bring my Valena to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least. Right then. It seems I have some work to do relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill.
Don't ask me.
Murdock just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Yes! That's one. We got items received? Don't know what that was. Quest updated. Right, yeah, find Valena. That's 2. missing people we're looking for. And as we are going to the castle anyway, and that's probably where they're going to be, then no worries. Alright then. Good.
Yep.
I say no worries, but yeah. Right, let's turn that into him.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantigan the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
Good. Yeah, alright then, we're gonna win!
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
Maybe all this... I don't know what it's actually doing, but maybe it'll sort of like help the AI or give them like a bonus to hit or something when it comes to the actual pitched battle that we're going to have. Going to talk to Sir Perth now.
You'll find him and his men at the mill by the bridge, to the north. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Good, that's changed a little bit, hasn't it? Though he did say, is there anything else?
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Anything else I can do?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Tell me about Dwin.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Alright.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
Why wouldn't you? Let's check our map and see where we are. Loose down by the water. There's a house, and a smithy, and a house. Oh, a tavern. There's a chantry. Caitlyn's house. Oh, well, if we're looking at Caitlyn's house, we might start there to look for her. Of course, how do we know it's Caitlyn's house? It's just a house. Just walking into a house. We'll assume that she told us.
All right.
That's all we'll have to do. We live just across the street if you want to go and look there and see if my little brother's there or some clue. That's what she said. That's totally what I'm going with here. Legend of Selin, Chapter 1. Prior to the crowning of King Selin, the Freldon was little more than a collection of independent earlings and something else. I've never seen that before, ever. That wardened each other constantly over petty matters. Selin was born in the 10th year of the fifth age, exalted as the third son of high of a merchant on hard times. He was eventually sent to a distant cousin, poor young knight named Sir Farannan, who made Selin his squire and dog handler. As the tale goes, Sir Faranhan and his squire became caught up in one of the wars of unity at the time. Al-Midrin was a strong but generally disliked man who was making a bid for kingship. Faranhan's own lord, a young fool named Terrandor, no older than Selin, was besieged by Mirindin's forces at his castle, today known as West Hill. When Mirindin called Terrandor out to parley, the young Al asked for a volunteer among the squires, someone who could masquerade as Terrandor in the parley party. Selin kneeled before Terrandor and asked for this honour. Much to Terrandor's and Sir Ferranan's dismay, Selin immediately identified himself to Al Mirindin. Sorry about all these names, they really get to me. When asked by the Earl why he was here, Selin explained that he had been asked to take the place of his lord. The Earl said that he had planned to kill Terrandor. Was Selin willing to die in his lord's place as well? Selin had impressed Mirindin and his allies by saying that he was. Mirindin offered Selin a place in his own squire, but Selin refused, stating that if Mirindin had planned on betraying the right of parley, he was no man of honour. Mirindin's allies laughed at that. Mirindin himself conceded that Selin had a point. He allowed Selin to return to the castle safely and launched his final assault. During the assault, both Terrandor and Farandan were killed, but Selin found himself in a one-to-one combat with Al Mirindin. In front of all Mirindin's allies, Selin defeated the Al and commanded he call off his armies. The Al asked Selin who he professed to serve now, if both his knight and his lord were dead, to which Selin had provided that he would do as his honour bade him to, for he had nothing else. You are not a man, you are not a man known for honour, Selin had said, but I believe you wish to be. You allowed me to live once, and now I do the same for you. Perhaps if more people lived by honour, we would learn to trust each other long enough to live together. And with that, Selin withdrew his sword. I am humbled by your words, so Almerindin told Selin, dropping to one knee. To his allies, he shouted that that now he would never be king, but he knew who should be. With that, Murindin pledged his allegiance to Selin, who he named Turn and ruler of Turndor's lands. Wow. Good for Selin. Good for him. Seems like a good start, definitely. Up the stairs. Okay, we did go up the stairs. Alright then. Maybe he's just run home. You know. No, it's just a chest and another bookshelf.
And I'm off.
We will look in this chest. Just a key required. Cautionary tales for the adventurous. Oof. It was when he realized that he wasn't. It was then he realized he wasn't alone. The abandoned camp in front of him was unbelievably welcoming, like a mirage. The fire felt like a warm hand grabbing his heart. It reminded him of a previous life so long ago when he was happy, running on the sunflower fields with his boy, the sun in his face, lying next to the fireplace with his beautiful wife in his arms. He felt a sharp pain in his heart. His thoughts shifted to that fateful day when everything changed. Blood was everywhere. He held the body of his dead wife in his arms. Around him the ashes of his burned house fell like snow. The stench was terrible. It smelled like darkspawn. He grabbed his axe, touched the icy cold hands of his boy and left. He would kill them. He would kill them all. The pain in his heart was unbearable. He opened his eyes and saw the second most terrifying thing he was seeing in his life. A shadowing wraith leering over him, leeching his life away. Around him the camp was gone, replaced by something familiar, almost peaceful. Bones, death and despair. He wondered if all of his life had been an illusion, if he'd ever had a family. For a brief moment he felt relief. You can't lose something you never had. But being this close to death brought clarity. He knew it was real. Everything else was an illusion. You could see the smile on his torn face. He had been waiting for this moment for a long, long time. He lifted his weak arms, grasped the demon's face and kissed it. It felt like kissing a cloud made of sand and dust. Suddenly all sorrow left him, and with it the last bit of life he had. Before his limp body hit the ground, it was all over. He was finally free. So the 7th age was Storm. 5th age was Exalted. I'm guessing you can't go ahead and... yeah, key required. Alright. But nothing in here that helps finding Balin? Whatever his name was. The young kid, anyway. So where is this? That is a general store. Well, yep, that works. We'll assume there's a sign. I wonder if they have a lot in. I wonder if anyone's here. Indeed, they aren't. Well, I'm not going to go and loot it. Except, no, it'll already been... a note. Right then. Tattered shopping list. A new codex. Well, a note. Sugar, wheat flour, fillet knife, ginger for grandpa's flatulence, ink, cod liver oil, ew, dried mushrooms, and rogue Elysian. Also remember to ask if more beadwax will be available soon. That's good to know. That is good to know. I'm going to have a look in these. There is lamp oil in these barrels. Quest updated. Where's that then? I find a use for the barrels of oil. You notice some barrels of oil in the general store. Perhaps someone could use them to defend Redcliffe. Ah! So
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Fine. We found one, no you can't.
On my way.
Useless bloody womans!
Yes.
Yep. Maybe we'll ask Murdock about that oil. Once we've been here. There we go. That's what we're after. Knock, knock, knock.
Huh.
Knock on the door. Hello? Alright. Obviously not you. It's now... I didn't want you to do it. Fine, you.
Here.
Okay, knock on the door. Break open the lock. Goodness, that'll work. Did that work? Yep, that worked. Alright then. Bit unsubtle, but there we go.
Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I don't want to intimidate him. Really? It's interesting because I've heard that intimidate relies partially on strength, which makes sense because, you know, you're a big guy trying to intimidate him, and the guy you're intimidating is all backs off. Whoa, this guy's, you know, bigger than I am. So the whole talking to a mage doesn't work. But no, I'm gonna be kind of polite. I didn't know he'd have thugs with him. Didn't mean him.
Apology accepted.
Oh well.
Name's Dwin. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
I was gonna say he's pretty reasonable. Now get out. What are you doing shut up in here?
Surviving. We have supplies to last for quite some time, and my boys and I can swing a weapon better than any of those fools out there.
Right. That's a sense. It is kind of sensible. You're just sort of hiding in here. Though if I can break, if a weedy little mage can break the lockdown, they're going to get in here, and you're going to be overwhelmed, aren't you? You'll die in here just as easily as you would out there.
Thanks, but I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Well, I have some persuading. I'll hire you to fight for the village. No, well, we've invested in persuading, and obviously we should try words before gold. Even though he's a dwarf, and gold will speak to him probably more. But no, we're going to try and persuade him, put in a good word.
You might just be able to pull that off. Fine. I'll throw in with the militia. For now. You better be out there too when the sun goes down. I'm not fighting for a lost cause, you hear me?
Well, there we go. That's that done. Shouldn't be looking for loots, I know, but... Okay, that's another one done. Excellent. Let's go and talk to Murdock again. There's a general store, yes? Yeah, and we'll, he might have a use for the oil. It's quite interesting how this is getting set up. I wonder how it's all going to come together.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
Oil? Alright. Questions?
Oh? Ask away.
Where can I bet supplies? Alright, let's ask about that.
If you want weapons and such, speak to Owen. He may not have much in stock yet, though.
No, I don't really want to interrupt him. Nowhere to actually buy and sell things. I doubt it, but I'll ask. Yeah.
Commerce isn't exactly our biggest concern right now, but you might want to speak to Lloyd at the tavern. I wouldn't trust him, though.
Right, it's obviously,
There's not much time before sundown.
I know. Talk about Dwin.
Thanks for persuading him to come out here. He's going to be a great help. I just know it.
Someone else will have to,
There's not much time before sundown.
talk about these pots of oil, perhaps a Perth. How is morale? I mean, that might change the more stuff you do.
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest.
If I'd have asked that earlier...
Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight.
Yeah, the more things...
Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you.
Yeah, so
Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go.
Right, thanks.
Is there anything else?
No, shut up.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
So if I'd asked that earlier, which I didn't, then he'd probably say, oh, the men are really depressed, no one's very happy with anything, sort of thing. But now that I've sort of done stuff...
Dog. I think that every time I look at you...
It's better. Lady
Cecily, I lived with her after my mother died, had a dog. A small one bred to fit under the arm and in the lap. What did you name it? Oh yes, Bonbon. Oh, Bonbon was a terror. He would hide, you know, when he saw you coming. And then he would attack your ankles. Rather sharp teeth in the ankles. Very painful.
Bad Bonbon.
He attacked me once. Latched onto my leg. I thought it was a diseased rat and kicked. Bonbon flew across the room and over the banister. He survived. But he never came near me after that.
Fair enough. Death root. Yeah, there's the windmill. Landmark tree. House. Yeah, I'm getting an idea for the layout of this place. So we're going to go over here. And possibly up this way? Yeah, okay. How would one go about getting that crate, that chest up there?
Going.
By getting up there, which is around here. And that's the windmill. House. Alright then, we'll go to that house. Have a thorough look around. Perched on the cliff here. Oh, I didn't go to the tavern.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Nothing.
Very well.
I suspect we might be back soon. A bookshelf with books.
All right.
The Ballad of Aslay. The wind that stirs the shallow graves carries their song across the sands. Heed our words, here I cry, the grey are sworn. In peace we lie. Heed our words, here I cry, our names recall, we cannot die. When darkness comes and swallows light, heed our words, we shall rise. That is not very nice. Okay. Written after the bite of Islay, which ended the fourth blight. In the exalted age. Do have the feeling we should head back down to the tavern. Which isn't far, it's just down here. Now, where was it? Around here somewhere. There's the Chantry. Oh, here. It's behind us, so it's... Oh, is that it? Alright, so... Do I get in it up here, or down there, or... Okay, down there. No, up there. No wonder I missed it. I can't even find it. Oh, here we are. Yes, alright. That was a bit obscure. I wouldn't like to try and get down there, you know, after a skinful. Not very practical, is it? Lots of accidents happening.